the Shitcase cinema.
It's a crazy world we live in.
You're gonna need stronger. I'm gonna be pissed before I even fucking start this. You're going to need something stronger than beer to get through this film. Just a warning, okay? Now, it's only fair to comment that the entire film is diabolically bad, and the best thing about it is the theme song, which itself is pretty poor, but it has this ability to sink its claws into your brain and you find yourself enjoying it. The film is bookended by the theme song, so you can say that it begins and ends well, and the middle is just, well, a load of old bollocks, really. Now that the music is out of the way, things begin to decline fast. So some random goon hijacks a tanker truck and speeds away from the cops at lightning speed. I mean, look at that, he's on a rampage. Oh, and the truck has radioactive stuff inside of it. Oh yeah, because what else creates zombies, right? Anyway, this is where the unintentional comedy begins. A truck pulls up in between the tanker and the cops. The driver gets out to check the engine and this happens. Why did they tell him to move? What are they doing? What's going on? Yes, the hijacker just got away this easily. It's mental. I'm going to jump ahead for now, but we'll come back to the hijacker's adventures later on. Meet Jonathan. He's a kid who likes to mess around with electronics because, hey, it's the 80s and he just wants to experiment and build something instead of kids nowadays who are just glued to the electronic devices. Cue a painfully long montage. Now, I'm not kidding, you could cut this movie down from its 85-minute running time to an easy 45 if you take out all the long drawn-out crap like this. So, Jonathan invents a laser gun from his granddad's laserdisc player. Imagine that. Oh, and his hamster suffers the death of a hero.
Oh, damn, Felix!
Stupid kid, I hope you die too. Do you want to know what's actually amazing? This.
Dead are after me.
Meet Randall, he's a reporter. A stupid one. Now, stupid characters in films like this are pretty commonplace, so I guess it's got to be accepted. Anyway, he's boring, so let's forget about him for now. Back to the hijacker, who's somehow managed to get some hostages, but he doesn't do anything except stand around. How did he get the hostages? It doesn't matter because it's not explained, so we don't care. Now, he gets tasered by the mighty SWAT team that consists of just a single guy. But he breaks free from that, he somehow kills a guy, and then just look at the fear in their faces. It's like a montage from another movie or something. Anyway, what's this all got to do with the so-called Raiders of the Living Dead, I hear you ask? Don't ask me, I just watch and review this pitiful pile of horse shit. Now, the SWAT guy manages to kill the hijacker and just watches him fry. Stupid motherfucker. Seriously, it has no links to anything. Now, do you want to know what actually links everything in this film? This.
Said the dead are after me.
How can you not love that? It's made for karaoke nights. Come on, it's made for them. And I demand that you go out and spread the word of this classic and make it a #1 smash all over the world, because let's face it, it's better than 99% of what is in the charts nowadays.
After me.
Now here's my top 5 random bullshit moments. Number 1, long boring shots of nothing happening at all. Now, if you've seen Manos, the Hands of Fate, you'll have some vague idea of what I'm on about. I mean, the start is almost like a documentary on traffic. Just check out this randomness. Number 2, the hijacker is apparently not a hijacker but a terrorist, according to our main man Randall.
Yeah, this is Randall. Here it is. The man's some kind of a terrorist.
Stupid anus. Number 3, speaking of stupid, the cops don't want to tackle the hijacker, sorry, terrorist. No, they get in the SWAT team.
Get those SWAT men down here fast. Yeah, with the electric stun gun.
So you need a SWAT team with stun guns. And it's not even a SWAT team, it's a SWAT man. Why did... just don't even question it. Number 4, the terrorist, when escaping, has this awesome music to guide him along. He's not very ever eager to escape, looks like he's trying and failing to channel his inner Kevin Bacon from Footloose of all things. What am I even watching? Number 5, Jonathan's granddad tells him to turn off his rock music. Guess what song he's playing? Go on, guess. Yes, the ultimate theme song.
How you can do your homework with all this rock music and still get good grades. You know I like having you here, Jonathan, but at my age I also like a little peace and quiet.
Oh, sure, fine. Just ask.
Should have left it plain, you old fossil. What do you even know? Do you want to know how long it is until we see a zombie in this movie? 24 minutes, which is a joke considering that the movie only lasts 85 minutes. Okay, you could argue that you see zombies in the opening 3-minute intro, but you just be an arsehole, okay? So 24 minutes is where the action kicks off. Action, yeah. Unless you count the hijacker terrorist, but then you'd be an arsehole. So Randall the reporter is snooping around somewhere for some reason and comes face to face with the zombies, although it kind of just looks like some guys with too much of their wives' makeup on. They look pathetic, okay? Pathetic. Even worse than those goons in that classic, and it was a classic, oh yeah, film that I reviewed a few years ago called Death Run. Yeah, I know there were mutants in Death Run, but whatever. Some whining bitches. He manages to torch the decrepit looking zombie and escape because the zombie just stands there and it somehow just breaks up into tiny pieces. Now he eventually runs into a woman. Well, I mean, she runs into him, quite literally, and they instantly hit it off. And yes, it is the same guy. I was confused at first. This is Randall here, yeah, this is Randall as this. But when you watch it, you don't realise this, as he looks so different, and you're no doubt paying attention to anything else, or just slipping into some kind of coma. It's very confusing. Hang on though, because he goes to the cinema on a date with, check this, the woman who ran him the fuck over. And he looks different yet again. This is mind-blowing stuff, but fucking hell, this movie is like having teeth pulled. Now, she's called Shelley, if you care. Don't think any of you do. I know I don't. But anyway, moving on to some zombie action. Randall is attacked by one randomly, and it is Randall, I think, but he kills it because he's the boss and he runs into an old man. Turns out to be Jonathan's granddad. You know, the guy who has his laserdisc player turned into a hamster killer.
What you have to say is fantastic, but I can see why you can't go to the police with that kind of tale.
Exactly.
I'll get you something to eat and you'll stay with us tonight.
Whoa, hang on. Why does he instantly believe Randall's story about zombies and allow him to stay for dinner, tell him to sleep there and to leave town the next day? How gullible can you be? But Randall's already been to the cinema at night time, being attacked. He's now at the old man's house and it's still not even dinner time yet. I just don't get it. What time frame are we in? I also don't understand why Randall phones up Shelley, who we went on a single date with for a few hours to the cinema, and she's worried about him like they've known each other for years. But anyway, just check out some awesome wooden acting.
I want to talk to you.
It'll have to wait. Just take care of yourself, okay?
The hell it'll wait.
Now, amazingly, she tracks him down at the cinema of all places, watching the same film as before. So he clearly didn't leave town then. This is a right load of old bollocks. And you know, for a zombie movie, there's very little of the zombies in there. Now, I might be barking up the wrong tree here, but when I see a zombie film, I want to see zombies in there. It's like the filmmakers are trying to make a zombie film without actually putting any zombies in there, except for a handful of sad ball sacks staggering around with too much makeup on. Now, this is where Shelley talks to Randall about his problems.
I know it sounds crazy, but I think somebody's found a way to bring dead bodies back to life.
Why? I don't know.
You expect me to believe that?
Believe it. I've seen it.
You're really serious, aren't you?
And she just believes him, like that. What, has he got like a Jedi mind trick power or something? What a legend. Now, Shelley goes on home and gets attacked by some zombies, if you can believe it, but how did they even get there? Why hasn't anyone seen them walking around in the streets? So many questions, no hint of any answers. But they don't kill her, no, they just kidnap her. Why? Because why not? This movie just plays by its own rules. Now, Jonathan goes to a graveyard at night time and sees this guy using his blood to make the dead come to life. Now, I could be wrong, but I think he's the hijacker, terrorist, but I honestly don't care anymore. Anyway, the young lad escapes the zombies and his granddad has something to say about all of this.
Of all the unmitigated stupid things, the two of you could have been arrested at the cemetery, or worse.
Oh yeah, way worse, like being killed by a zombie. What are you even talking about getting arrested for? Jesus H. Christ. So moving things on faster than the film does, Randall, Shelley, Jonathan, his girlfriend and Grandad are the people who are going to save the day. It's a better lineup than the Expendables movies. Well, there's also a security guard who teams up with them because Grandad phoned him up and he just leaves his job with no questions asked. And as a result, he dies in dramatic fashion without even meeting up with the rest of our heroes. Seriously, this movie is so long and boring. Even knowing it's only 85 minutes, it feels like you're enduring Titanic played at half speed. It's mind-numbing and god damn it, I was fed up watching it. It's painful reviewing it. I never thought I would have so much to say about it, but yeah, I can't even summon any real anger or annoyance to rip this film a new one. It's just ripped my soul from within me and turned my brain to mush. I mean, I feel like one of those apparent zombies in this movie. I just feel dead. Now, here's another top 5 because this movie demands it. Number 1, time to remember the terrorist, and remember that his entire 15 minutes on screen have nothing, and I mean 0% connection to the rest of the movie. It's priceless. Number 2, buying a sawn-off shotgun from a gun shop should always be hidden by wrapping it in brown paper. No one will ever think that it looks like a gun wrapped in brown paper. Ever. Number 3, more pointless long shots of nothing. It's moments like this that are jaw-droppingly dull. It's amazing this film was released like this. Number 4, when meeting the old doctor, he's taken to his office, then the next time we cut to them, they've changed location. Amazing. Number 5, crazy old bags working at the Historic Society say the stupidest of things.
I'm working on a news article.
Oh, you're not one of those who come here to dredge up our past.
It's a place of history, why else would it be there? Man alive. So the ending is upon us, thank God. Randall finds Shelley and then they bump into the crazy doctor who is behind all of this.
My business. People are being killed. Doesn't that bother you, Doctor?
A little bit.
Then you get to witness Jonathan and his girlfriend shoot about 6 or 7 zombies with their laser guns. Grandad shoots some of them with his bow and arrow. Yeah, seriously, his bow and arrow. And before you know it, Randall has the dead guy after him, and all I imagine he's thinking right now is this.
Dead are after me.
But he gets a laser gun and he shoots them all. They capture the evil doctor.
My colleague here has a lot of explaining to do. I hope what you have to say is as interesting as the lectures you used to give at the hospital.
And it ends. Seriously, that is it. It's beyond lame. But do you know what? The theme song starts to play, so it ends on a high. Ooh yeah. So, there you go, that's Raiders of the Living Dead. Now, it's a picture-perfect film as far as lazy, sloppy, clueless, confusing, inept filmmaking goes. It smacks of Godfrey Ho cut-and-paste movies. Now, I'm not sure of the details, but I believe it's actually one film mixed in with footage shot later on, essentially becoming 2 films spliced together, which really does have the Godfrey Ho feel. It's second to none, as in nothing is worse than this, so eat your hearts out because this is the best thing since sliced bread, apparently. It's not as mental or as strange as other zombie films I reviewed over the years, such as Oasis of Zombies or even Night of the Living Dead, but it does have some moments of its own, like this.
I said the dead are after me.
Wow. Oh my god. That has to be one of the weirdest viewing experiences of my entire life. It's one of the strangest, most amusing pieces of utter rubbish that I've seen for some time. So I'm giving this a pathetic 1 out of 10. That's a single lonely point for the theme song, and that's it. So I guess there's only one thing for it now. I'm going to go do some karaoke and spread the word. You know this song. You know how it goes. The dead are after me.